The following presentations might have spoilers for the new Thor Love and Thunder movie. You have been warned.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today we're doing a Love and Thunder set review. Today we have LEGO set number 76207, Attack on New Asgard. This is a Thor Love and Thunder set, and the piece count is 159 pieces, while the price point is around $19.99 plus tax. It's $20, so around $20. So this is one of the lowest Thor Love and Thunder sets. All the figures in this set you get in the Go Boat, and the build is really not that cool. But the reason why I got it is because these figures are good, in my opinion. These are absolutely amazing figures and could be used for a ton of customs that I will name off the top of my fingers right now. However, I won't use all these figures for those customs, but you can use the Thor legs for someone with black and gold printing like Icarus. I don't know. Thor, Jane Foster comes with literally a new helmet hairpiece that you would want more of, and the torso is cool too, and the whole figure for Jane is just awesome. While Gore the God Butcher, if you don't have a Drax minifigure, you could use this head for a Drax figure. You could use the torso for a Moon Knight custom. Black swords are really not that common. You can literally use that for anyone. And Thor right here comes with literally a brand new tan hairpiece for Thor that everyone's always wanted. The head is an awesome piece, and the torso is just phenomenal. And you could say in your defense that, oh, just buy 2 Goat Boat sets. Number one, I don't think I need 2 Goat Boat sets, and yes, you do get amazing Korg. Korg, in my opinion, I haven't built the set yet, but just looking at him, he's just underwhelming compared to the brick, the one that came in the accessory pack. While Valkyrie does look pretty amazing, the hairpiece is probably the only thing you can just bricklink online. That's probably what I'm gonna do. But in this set, you get a brand new build, and it's something different. You could buy 2 Goat Boat sets because it's $50. If you bought 2, it'd be $100. And if you use this, I mean, yes, this is $20. Both of them, it's like around $70. This is it's a set that you get if you want the minifigures. That's what I did. But the build, however, is probably underwhelming than most people understand, which I do have a theory later in the video. Without blabbering all this time, let's take a look at the minifigure, starting off with Thor. So yeah, let's go. So here is Thor, and he is really awesome. I love this figure a lot. Taking his hammer out of the way, we'll take a look at that in a couple minutes, but here it is. We'll take a look at it in a minute. As I was saying in the beginning, this hairpiece is completely new for this figure. In a new color, I did have this hairpiece once in black before, and I cut this piece off, and I kind of ruined it, so, and I wanted another one. Oh my god, it's so blurry. I wanted another one so I could use it on my regular Thor, so I can have 2 variants of Thor, Rune King Thor and regular Thor. So that's kind of why I got another one of these hair pieces. But of course, you gotta wait till LEGO Marvel Collections, which is really around the corner. It should be coming out soon. But of course, the head comes with Fat Thor, and on the other side too, much better print than my Thor. My Thor print is completely horrible for the lightning eyes because it's so misprinted. Like, this whole head is just misprint, in my opinion. Which, if we look at it, I have to take the whole figure off so you guys don't see it. But here's my head, and just look how low that head is. It's all the way down here. This head's just like much better, as you guys can see. It's not a misprint. It looks nice, and I was hoping for that because I really don't like the piece that my head that I came with, which I might fix that using this figure. But putting that figure back together, we have a 1-hole cape, and you guys can tell because of course this. And if you guys want to see what it looks like without it, there it is, and it's the standard tradition 1-hole cape. But looking at the figure itself, just kind of make it look complete a bit. We have amazing torso printing. Like, this is absolutely amazing torso printing and back torso printing too. It would be awesome if the torso printing could go on the back. However, it does have that thing where the torso completely doesn't cover this. And while this is good, Korg really doesn't look that good, which that's also another reason why I like the other Thor Korg better. On the back, he has amazing nice back torso printing, which you could use for a comic book Icarus if you want. I'm not going to use it for mine because I don't really like Eternals. I didn't like the movie. His arms are pretty bare. He could come with like dual molded tan and dark light flesh arms with like dark blue, which that could work if you had that, but of course Lego doesn't have that existed yet, which I will talk about Jane Foster, which I don't think I'll be able to add that upgrade to my Jane Foster, but talk about that in a minute. This is literally the same exact hammer build. It uses that clip with, it just is missing like a little plate on the back. I like getting this piece, and I will make a new hammer build different than Mini Superiors today, but it's literally the same exact design. But I don't know why Lego won't change it. Probably because if you take this off and you take this off, in the movie, spoiler alert, but Avengers and Infinity War has been out for a long period of time now. He got it from his arm, so maybe it's as big as his arm would be. That's why they kind of made it like that, and his arm did extend, so that's probably why they made it this size instead of making it a full-on staff, because Lego minifigure arms are not as big as staffs, but in the movie it was as big as a staff because Groot's arm was as big as a staff, if that makes sense. But anyway, I do like how they used the twig piece at the top, and nice down here. I kind of wish the double-sided piece, which everyone else uses in the future. However, the reason why this piece doesn't work for this size is when you're rotating it and you're trying to get it in new positions, this piece just gets in his face, and it's kind of hard to do like things with Mjolnir where you can do like a side, and then you can go on this side too, but it's just like really hard to get in positions, which also is the reason why this really doesn't work that well for this version of Thor. It's just a big piece, but if they made it a staff, I think it would be much better, which of course I'm not going to use this for my design. But if you just added a staff at the bottom of this, it would work perfect. So here is a staff that is not in this set, but if you wanted to, an easy build, if you like this build, you can add this at the bottom, and there you go. Do more stuff with it, and it's not against it. This is actually a pretty good build right here if you just wanted to do this. But once again, this pole is not included in the set. I got this from the Gorzon build for the fingers, but as you guys can see, and the top comes off really easily too. So it's just it's an okay build. It's a good Lego set build, but it's way too tiny for him. I think that when you have this piece, it needs to be bigger. Like the hammer looks too big, and it always has that problem where it can't connect both of these at the same thing. They have to be under, which once again, they need to do a piece like they did with the hammer right here. They need to do another hammer piece if they want. But anyway, that's it for Thor. I think I've taken a little bit too much time on Thor. Now time to look at Jane Foster. Jane Foster is actually pretty good. I'm fairly surprised with this figure. So, of course, Mjolnir, I'm going to talk about it right now. Mjolnir comes in every set. We'll talk about it in a minute, though, at the very end of the segment. But looking at the figure, of course, let's get out of the way first. We have a standard tradition one-hole cape that they've been using more often now, which is nice, but it's kind of hard for some figures. But for the Thor figures, the hair goes down, so it kind of works. But if we look at the torso printing, it looks really nice. I like how they finally made a female torso for Thor, because it's Lady Thor. The torso for this really doesn't work in my personal opinion. When I saw this, like leaks and stuff, they had it like a skirt piece that you could add to her, but this kind of really doesn't work that well because you can barely see how that's a skirt. Like that could look like pants. So if they added like a Scarlet Witch maybe thing on the back, maybe that could give the illusion that it's a skirt. But oh well. The legs look really nice, and the hairpiece, which everyone is talking about, which I will come out with a custom comic book Jane Foster, because yes, I did use this head with a head that I do use for her. It looks absolutely amazing, better than this head actually. This is Black Widow's head. This really does not work that well for her. I think it does when you put the helmet on, but then you have and it does make sense because they did use this head for Padme, and it does look like her, but then you have in the back of your mind, you have the Black Widow, which I've used this head for all my Black Widow customs, and you guys probably see that in the Guardians of the Multiverse inside the LEGO Marvel Collections. Some people do complain that there are no dual molded dark red arms on her, because of course the LEGO Scarlet Witch does exist, so you can throw those on there, and I do have seen that before, and I'm not really needing to be like, oh my god, I need to get those arms really bad. I do believe that this just looks fine the way it is. This is a pretty damn good figure. Excuse my language. These are really good figures. Like, I was really excited to get these figures because they just work really well. And of course, the headpiece is not that cool, but the hair piece, I think I've talked about it just a little bit, is phenomenal. This is exactly what I've wanted for Jane Foster for a long time. I was thinking about, and it's also dual molded. If you guys can look in there, it's dual molded, so it has the tan and the silver, and it just works really well for Jane. And the hairpiece, if you wanted to, you could give it to Thor, and because Thor's helmets that he's come with don't have hairpieces on the back, so if you wanted to, you guys could come with a really nice Thor figure. I mean, this would work. It just, then you have the back of your mind that it's Jane Foster's hairpiece, because this isn't included in the set, but Thor in the comic books and stuff has come with this helmet piece, which I'm kind of glad that they're going into the side of the comic books where they have their helmets, which I love how more comic book sets and stuff come with their helmets. Really nice figure, nice torso, nice leg printing, but the head is just the thing that ruins it for me. And if you're a really picky person, and the arms ruin it for you. Also, maybe a skirt piece would be nice, but I'm not going to add that. I really don't want to. And I would have to order it online, then it'll take forever. Then LEGO Marvel Collection will come out, then they come out with the Sanctum Sanctorum. So I'm just going to be like, you know what, this is a good figure. I'm just going to try to update the head. So that is it for Jane Foster now. Of course, Mjolnir, wish I had cracks. Mini Superheroes Today did actually add blue Sharpie cracks on here. I wish it had printing, because LEGO has added printing on a hammer like this before. Some people have erased it because they don't have a Mjolnir, and that's how they get it. Maybe in dark gray, maybe make this in gunmetal gray. But, of course, all this have been waiting for a Mjolnir that has the brown dual molded, because if you can dual mold a perfect hairpiece like this, in my personal opinion, I do wish some went over the shoulder maybe, but I think that would be too complicated, no head movement. But I kind of just wish they had a dual molded piece like this for Mjolnir, and maybe in the next CMF series, maybe they have Party Thor and he has a dual molded piece, then everyone would want a Party Thor to add to their Thor minifigures, because this is just a really weird thing. It just looks not like a hammer, but it kind of works anyway. Time to look at the worst figure, Gore the God Butcher. And it's just, I really don't like this figure. That's it. It really does not work. And here's Gore the God Butcher. And I think I don't like it for Lego's version 2. If this is what he's going to look like in the movie, this isn't all that threatening. I mean, him showing a maniacal smile is not really that threatening. I kind of wish that he came with a head tails piece. I'll probably put a picture up here in the corner. In the comic books, he has a big head tail piece like Ahsoka Tano. If you added a piece like Ahsoka Tano on here, this figure would be amazing, but of course that's probably Marvel's fault because they didn't add that. And we've already seen him, and he really doesn't look all that good. He just has some scars on his face, and it really kind of looks like Deadpool, just a stone version. Like, if you made this in flesh, I think this would be a really good Deadpool head, because it really doesn't work. I mean, you could tell that very little makeup went into the actual design for the figure, and we have not seen him yet, but Legends has come out, and he does not look good at all. So, and also it has the Black Panther issue, no leg printing, no arm printing like Black Panther. If he just looks like he has regular robes on his legs, they're not going to add it. However, I did wish that they added, maybe just maybe they added a, I don't know, like a dress piece. He does, but I don't know why they just didn't add it. However, the best part is the sword. Now, it may look like a black sword, but in the comic books, it's actually the Sword of Null, which is the god of symbiotes, which, of course, that's probably what this monster is, everybody. It's probably a symbiote, so... But this is the Necro Sword, and in the comic books, he basically has a black cape, which is a symbiote, and he has a white cape, too, which I do believe that this is just going to be really awesome to see symbiotes in the movie. That's probably what the end of No Way Home was, but... That's it for this figure. You could use the torso for a Moon Knight custom, but, I mean, we're getting a Moon Knight in the Disney Plus show, so there really is no use for this unless you want to make a Halloween custom mummy figure. There really isn't anything. Anyway, let's take a look at the tree. I do forget what it is, so I'm going to have to do a little Google search to see what it is. So a quick little Google search has told me that this is the Shadow Monster. Now... in my personal opinion, that is a dumb name. I do believe that this is going to be called a symbiote monster or something, because a shadow monster really, like, this does not look threatening. It actually kind of looks pretty cute. But rotation and stuff that you can actually do, articulation, he, of course, that fell off really simple. Going to the side, I guess, you have a ton of branches on the bottom, which I do believe that this is near the end of the Thor trailer. Where Jane Foster shows up for the first time, which makes me to believe that they could have added a brand new Thor outfit that he wears in kind of like the beginning of the movie with like the thing over the fur piece over his neck and stuff. That would be nice, but of course that didn't happen. So anyway, he has stickers right here. He has stickers, nice thorn pieces everywhere. You can move this. This is nice to move. And on the back, you can do the same thing. You can move the legs. It's kind of cool. I guess they're legs, or I guess they're roots. Now, on the back, it doesn't look that good because it's just a bunch of plates. But you can move it like this. So I guess he can do some sit-ups if he wants to, but I don't know how that would work. He has nice mobility in the arms with ball joints, can move anywhere. And since they're new, they have tension, but after a while, they're going to get really loose. Right here, you have stickers. Once again, on the back, it really doesn't look that nice, and you could have added like maybe a slope on the back. I don't know, but of course the hands move, and it has two pincers, which is nice, and the arm on the other side is the same exact thing, just with the same sticker too, and it also has a sticker on the mouth, which I kind of messed up the first time, and it has a crease, but who cares? The head can move up and down like that. It has little horns on the top, I guess, bat ears, and it has this like mustache type thing. It kind of looks weird when you push it down. It kind of looks like he's frowning. Just looks really weird, and hopefully that this is actually in the movie. The eyes look cool, the mouth looks cool too, and the bat wing ears kind of look cool, I guess. That's kind of it for the build, really. That's really it. You can just move the arms, and it's kind of just a thing that you can use Gore to fight off Thor guys with, and that's really it. You can like chop, and it's probably a symbiote, so it'll probably regrow the legs. But this, I don't know what this is. This looks like a symbiote. This really kind of doesn't. The eyes kind of remind me of the symbiote version of Null's chest. I mean, it has like the white, I guess. I don't really know, but hopefully that this is actually a person in the movie, not like the No Way Home, or I guess they'll be joining the same spot next to each other. But if this is actually in the movie, then I guess the monster from the No Way Home sets, I don't have it anymore, is a symbiote that was in concept art but wasn't in the movie, and they just decided to wait till Thor Love and Thunder. So who knows? I don't really know. This is a cool thing, I guess, and he's surprised. So yeah, that is it for the build. And that's really it for the build. There's horns, and little thorns everywhere, and just pincers. So that's it for the build. Let's take a look at the instruction manual, and then we will look at the box. The instruction manual is pretty cool. It literally shows what's on the front of the box, but just tinier. It has a barcode at the bottom. I don't know what that is. If you guys want to see what it is, there you go. But over here you have the Oh, it's probably the instructions online, actually, because it has instructions online. So, I don't know what that is. Anyway, here is this separating thing. This is pretty, actually. I've seen that a while. It's pretty cool. And the front, it gives you, in the first bag, it gives you Thor and Jane. The second bag, you get Gore. And at the very end, you have the advertisements for the other sets, which on page 41 it ends, and it shows the Shadow Monster. And right here, you have the, I think actually the April sets too, April 1st sets, has all three mechs. All three of those mechs I have reviews on my channel. You guys can go check that out. Right here, you have a piece count, and on the back you can win a free Lego set if you give feedback. That's it. It's just instruction manual. The box is pretty cool too. It is just a box. It's literally what's on the front. Nice art over here. I bet you it's concept art, but it looks really nice. Right here, you have all three figures. They're battling Gore and the Shadow Monster. Really cool. On the back, you have literally the same exact, I didn't even see that, but the same exact thing that I did. I guess he's scared, I don't know. But right here, it's one of those things. But the art on the side for Thor and Jane, I really do like this concept. But I don't understand, I just noticed this, why the handle is gunmetal gray on here, but it's not on the actual figure. It's light gray. Can someone explain that to me? I see something wrong here. I believe I got the wrong set. Anyway, that's it for this set. And now I'm going to give my final verdicts on this set. Not going to push it back here. Too bad. So overall, this is an okay set. This is just okay. Now, if this is actually in the movie, I believe that everyone's going to be after this set. But if it's not, this is based on concept art, then oh well. I do believe that some of the figures in the set, sorry, Thor, but I actually intendedly try to knock down Thor because he is just, I do know where this takes place. This takes place at the very end of the trailer when Jane Foster shows up for the first time. The Shadow Monster probably shows up too. Thor is wearing a completely different outfit, and Gore probably shows up for about a second, and he's gone. But who knows? They might have a full-on battle, and that's probably where this takes place. And so that means that Thor is inaccurate to the scene, and we should have gotten the one with the fur coat. But I really don't care. Gore is probably in the scene for a second. He's probably wearing his hood. And the Shadow Monster is probably that big giant thing that Thor and them have to work together to stop. And that's probably, I guess, an image of what they were trying to go for here. But of course, to budgeting and stuff like that, they just threw Room King Thor in here instead of the fur coat, which is an easy custom to make. Not going to be making it though, because it's probably a costume he wears for like about a quarter of the movie, not even that like much. And this is definitely a more accurate costume that is probably cooler. But anyway, that's it for this, and I'm going to build the the Go Boat, which I'm really excited for. I'm excited to see the goats. They're probably my favorite part because I just think that they're really cool. Tooth Gnasher and Tooth Grinder, I still don't know which is which. It's just kind of really hard to tell, but that is it for this review. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Bye.